All right, you guys, so we're going to be looking at something that is called linear regression, and it ties into our correlation coefficient activity from yesterday. Okay. All right, so I'm going to look at the problem here on Delta Math, and then I'm going to talk about in my notes what you need to know. All right, so it says, which of the following regressions represent the strongest positive linear relationship between x and y? All right, and then we've got regression 1, 2, and 3. All right, what you have here, okay, is you have y equals ax plus b. All right, so let's just take a note here. Let's go over here off to the side. Y equals ax plus b, and that looks a lot like y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form. Okay, which is a line. All right, remember that's what we were talking about yesterday with all those dots, okay, is we were trying to determine if those dots had a line going through them, and was the relationship strong, was it weak, or was it perfect, or was there none? Okay. All right, so now they've given you values for a, which they've given you the slope. Okay, so a is the slope. They've given you b, which is the y-intercept, okay? And then they've given you this r value. Okay, this r value is a regression value. All right, and that r value, okay, is going to be, it's a range, okay? And the range is -1 to +1, okay? So from -1 to 1, it really doesn't matter if it's this way, okay? All right, now you have to understand, okay, you got to think about 0 being in the middle, okay? All right, so what does this mean for us, okay? If my r value is -1, okay, so it's exactly -1, that means I have perfect, negative correlation. Okay, which means I have dots that make up a perfect straight line that is going downhill. All right, if I have one, positive one for my R value, I have perfect positive correlation. So that means my dots, okay, they would all fall on the line and they'd be going uphill. Okay. All right. If I'm here at 0, okay, if my R value was 0, that means I have no correlation. So that means my dots are a hot mess. That's how I think about it. My dots are all over the place. The data that I've collected has no pattern to it. Okay. All right. But now I have to account for the strong and the weak. And where does that fall? Okay. Well, if you're close to 1, okay, then you're strong. If you're close to 0, okay, you're weak. So if I were to put that here, if I'm close to 1, I'm strong. If I'm close to 0, it's weak. All right, and the same effect goes here. If I'm close to -1, it's strong. And if I'm close to 0, it's weak. Okay, so let's look at our first example now. All right, so if I scoot this up, okay, So my R value in the first one is 0.38. My R value is negative 0.763. And then I have R is 0.5302. And then I have R equals 1.0751. Okay, so it says which of the following represents strong? Okay, so strong. So that means I'm going to be close to 1. All right, and then positive, okay, a linear relationship. Okay, so this one's out, okay, because it's negative. Okay, so that means I'm on this side of 0. All right, my R value here is greater than 1. Okay, that's out. Okay, all right, so now I have to decide here. Okay, well, 0.38 and 0.53. So if I were on a number line, this would be 0.38, this would be 0.53. Okay, it's not great, but this one is close to 1, okay, in this case. All right, so I'm going to say regression 3. I'm going to submit my answer, and I got my green check. Okay, and you can see the explanation is the same thing. Closest to positive 1, but not bigger, okay, which is why we eliminated number 4. Okay, all right, so let's try another one. New problem. Now, I'm not going to write anything down. All right, so strong, positive. Okay, so if I bring out my pen, I'll just show you. This one's out, okay, because it's greater than 1. This one's out because it's negative. If they wanted me to choose the negative one, they would have said strongest negative linear relationship. Okay, so which one's closer to 1? Number 3. Okay, so regression number 3, submit my answer. Got my green check. Okay, new problem. Okay, again, strong positive. Let's see if I can get a different, there we go. Strong negative. All right, so I'm going to eliminate the positive values. Okay, so now I'm looking at this one. Okay, and I want to be closer to negative 1 this time. All right, so if I look back over here on my number line, 3.5 is going to be on here, and negative 0.52 would be on this side. So that means number 3, which is odd. They're all number 3 at the point. Okay, number 3 would have the strongest negative relationship. Submit my answer. Yes. Okay, let's do one more and then you'll be on your own. Let's see if I can get another one. Okay, my weakest linear relationship. Okay, so they're all positive. So that part's already taken care of. Okay, so now I need to find the one that is closest to 0. Okay, now if you look at it in terms of money, this is 32 cents, this is 83 cents, this is 10 cents, this is 98 cents. Okay, what's closest to 0 of having nothing? Right here, there's your 10 cents. Okay, so I'm going to submit my answer. And there we go. Okay, so I think you have enough examples for this one. I'll come back in another video going over your part 2 of this assignment. Good luck, you guys.